Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, barring a special request, we are trying to make a Proft's Eidetic memory deck. So this card's idea is that whenever we draw a card, whenever it enters the battlefield, we draw a card and then we have no maximum hand size. But at the beginning of our combat, if we've drawn more than one card any turn, we get to put a X plus 1 counter on a creature we control, where X is the number of cards we already drawn this turn minus 1. So basically minus the first card that you draw that turn. This is a good idea. At first I thought about Refeeing, I thought about Malcolm decks, but I thought about it doesn't really work because those activate after I attack. I draw after I attack, right? So what else can I do? So I thought about, what if I run a draw 2 style deck? The deck that allows us a lot of draw 2 synergies. Cards like Faerie Vandal, cards like Evangel of Synthesis. I tried this deck before in the past and I was having middling success. So I want to try it again. This time, there's a new version that I really want to kind of employ with hopes that this can work. So of course we have let me talk about the single cards. Faerie Vandal, 4 off, 2 Proft Eidetic Memory, and 4 Evangel of Synthesis. And the idea is that these are gonna help us get our early game, off at a good start where we can start templing our opponent. Then in the 3-drop, we're going to have Phyrexian Arena, 2 off to get us additional card draws each turn. We have 4 Invasion of Amonkhet, which does get us a draw. And I thought about, is 4 a good number? Because we can also run Ledger Shredder. I think Ledger Shredder might be just as good, if not better in some scenario. But Invasion of Amonkhet is definitely better against those control scenarios. And 3 Kaito Shizuki to help us get our draw 1, discard 1 if we wanted to do that before we attack. I think that also could be a useful synergy. I'm not really quite sure yet, but Kaito is definitely the only Planeswalker I can see in this deck that has its place. But some special tech that I want to include, 2 Inspired Idea. This is actually a pretty good card for this deck because we draw 3 cards. It's a sorcery, right? 3 mana, draw 3 card, which at the end of the day, it's not that great. We can cast it with a Cleave cost to draw 3 cards for 5 mana. I hope we don't have to do that. But the idea is that if we use the Inspire Idea along with the Proft's Eidetic Memory, where we have no maximum hand size, we have no downside to the Inspire Idea. And if our opponent really wants to utilize card removal to kill our Proft's Eidetic Memory to give us less card draw or card space in our hand, that's fine. That's removal not used on our creature, right? So that's kind of the combined idea. Of course, in the 4-drop, we're going to have 2 Sheoldred, 2 Ertai for draw synergy plus comboing out with a counterspell, and then 1 Gix command at the top end to really kill our opponent. But we also have to look at the other shell, which is the removal shell. We're going to have 2 cut down, of course, against burn, against aggressive deck. Cut down is going to be important. We have 2 go for the throw, but I also want to slot in 2 long goodbye against those maybe control heavy Planeswalker decks or opponent playing Liliana somehow, and they go first. This might be something that we can consider, right? So that is why these are also in the 2-drops. So we have a very heavy 2-drop. And then for the 3-drop, 1 special tech in Malicious Malfunction. The way our deck works is that we're going to put +1/+1 counter on our creatures so that they should not have 2 toughness, right, with the Proft's Eidetic Memory. Malicious Malfunction, -2/-2 on the board, which against Boros, it's going to be pretty useful. That's why it's in the deck. That's why I think it is going to be useful in the deck. And if it doesn't, we can always discard it to Kaito or something like that. That's why it's also in the deck. As 4 off, because this is kind of like the temporary lockdown effect on a wide board for our opponent, from our opponent. And then let's talk about the land base. We got 24 lands in the deck for a very tempo-heavy deck. 2 Island, 1 Otawara, 2 Swamp, 1 Takenuma, and then 4 Dark Slick Shores, 4 Shipwreck Marsh, 3 Restless Reef, and 3 Undercity Sewers. I'm not really quite sure what the best sort of filter of the lands are, so I kind of put it in this kind of category. It's not best, but it's gonna have to make do. And then we're gonna have 3, or total of 4 colorless lands in terms of 3 fields. 2 Field of Ruin, 1 Demolition Field. I want to split these up because there's a lot of, things like Deadly Cover-Ups that wants to exile all fields in someone's deck. We split those up. And then I have 1 Mirrex just for any tempo advantage that I can get by creating a creature and then pumping that creature with the Proft's Eidetic Memory. That's kind of the idea of the deck. So, this is one entire craft of brew of my own, I should say. So I hope that it works, but I don't know if it will. Let's go try it out.
Rank. After each victory, it'll improve.
After each victory. We're fighting against Hakan. Hello, Hakan. We get to go first. All right, no good cards in our hand, but we got an invasion and a goodbye, so I'm gonna keep. You really don't want to mulligan best of ones because it's very finicky and you're on the edge. Oh, look at that. I guess maybe we're never gonna get to go. This is a insane game that we're playing. Look at this matchup here. Madness. Also, there's no pets on either side. Does that mean that I haven't loaded yet and we just got a server crash? Or is our opponent just roping? Oh no, it happened. Alright, let's sewer it up. And we're surveil. Sheoldred. I don't want to get rid of Sheoldred. I like that card. And whatever they play, I have removal. Oh, look, it's... Yeah. Yeah, it's that deck. Restless Buviak in that deck. That's kind of weird. I mean, I ran into mine. That's... Not to say it's a bad card. Okay. That is surprising. What are they putting? Wicked Row. I'll remove it. No row for you. Alright, let's invade Amonkhet. It is that deck. Of course it's that deck. Everybody plays Boros, right? I didn't get my Malicious Malfunction, but I do have a lot of lands along with my Sheoldred. Maybe that can help. War Leader's Call. Right. As the nature of Dimir, I cannot fight War Leader's Call. But I can play a Sheoldred. Go. War Leader, fight my Sheoldred. This is probably a rat deck, honestly. I haven't seen the rat, but there is one card that summons a bunch of rats with X. It's pretty scary when it does what it does. This is Exile, right? No, this is Destroy. Alright, when it enters the battlefield, we draw a card. Do I want to draw a card first? This might be pretty important, right, to draw a card? So let's do that. I gotta discard a card. I don't think I need this field. Do I need this field? I kind of want this field. I don't think I need 2 long goodbyes. No, actually, I don't need this field because I need 2 black mana anyways. So, Takenuma, Tech. Oh look, your creature got exiled, so that attack goes through. Teched. Haha, take that. What happened to your wide board? You dealt so much damage to me. Gleeful? That's gonna hurt. 3/1/1s, or 3/2/2s. Ow. What else do they have? The Buviak? They're not using the Buviak. We draw 1 card. Our draw 2 deck is not letting us draw 2. So, let us go for damage to the face. Evangel attack on the invasion. Double block Dare. Interesting. What if one of them wasn't there? Okay. I don't even know. Do I want to play this land here? Just to... I could filter the land later, but right now I can field and... No, let's not go crazy here. I could field and long goodbye in the same turn, but that uses up all of my resources, and if I keep drawing lands, not going to be fun. Take that, Boros! get teched. That -2/-2 killed their whole board, and because it gets exiled, his little bat guy does not make bats. So yeah, that's why that malicious malfunctions in the deck. We didn't get to draw Proft. I only have 2 off, so obviously we're not going to draw it all the time. But I don't think that deck would run very well with 4 Profts. Also, I don't have them. I got to go craft those Profts. And I'd much rather try out this kind of draw 2 kind of fashion where... Actually, you know what? I think Profts, if I have 4 off, it's usable or useful because it does replace itself, right? It's kind of like the Beanstalk idea that it replaces itself. The problem with that is it's not in a control deck, it's in an aggro deck, so replacing itself may not always be the best. This is a keepable hand, but we're not going first, so it's gonna be pretty scary. We're gonna, I guess, march first. Are they gonna bat us? Turn 2. Usually turn 2 bats. There's not really anything he can bat that's that good. Life. Okay, that's 100% a mistake. I think I would never play out a life without an effect. Because that just kind of wastes the life twice. I mean, I might be Dimir, but that doesn't mean I have no creature. So, don't recommend it. He's probably going to counter this, but... Flash creature does flash creature things, right? Now, do I want to draw... Actually, that would be very wrong. Do I want to draw 3 cards and reduce my hand size by 3 down to 4, which means I will have to discard. Or, I cannot play anything and hold up the goodbye. It's not great. Holding up the goodbye doesn't do much, because he can definitely just play a Sheoldred, and I cannot goodbye that. Side note, how do you translate long goodbye in other languages? Because, well, at least in Japan, isn't long goodbye just a farewell?
The system can't fix everything.
Draw and discard. Good for you.
I know something you don't know.
Do you? This can't be countered. I can kill his Kaito. I was thinking about killing the memory, but like, wait a minute, this is Planeswalker too. So, we'll let that go through. We'll go to pass. Trying to phase out. No phase out. Go away.
I learned.
So, that's that combo deck that is super annoying. And... I don't know if I can beat that combo deck. Not with land draws like this, so... I think we're just going to eat the combo this turn. Well, he does... he has 5. This only plays instant and sorcery, right? So it can't play Gix. Or Cruelty of Gix. I don't know. He can definitely play that thing that gets cast a spell from going to graveyard, but nothing went into the graveyard this turn. Oh, he has no cards. That's not good for him. I have an idea. I am inspired to draw 3 cards. Alright, do I want to kill the memory? I don't think it's that important to kill the memory right now, because I can do this. I draw a card. He's gonna have to block. Or he takes 10. He takes 12 this turn. Alright, is the Eidetic memory gonna do its thing? Also, I have no masculine hand size. That combo, it worked. I don't know if I have the game. If he draws a land or he draws his combo piece, I just kind of get blown out, but... Actually, the combo piece doesn't blow me out right now. Since he missed a land drop here, he's really thinking about whether or not he should block. That life gain in the beginning, I guess that did something for him. Because he gained a total of 8 life. If it wasn't for that 8 life, instead of being at 22, he would be at 14, and he would really have to block here. Just takes it. Goes down to 10. Goes up to 12. I hope he knows what he's doing. He gets his 4th land, so I still can't cruelty, but he has a lot of other things he can play. Right? I should think. He can't cruelty right now. I guess he can Gix command. Does that deck run Gix command? Alright, we're about to get comboed out. He's Siege. What does he beseech out? A 4-drop. Maybe his Sheoldred? I don't know. I don't think his Sheoldred is as good as my Sheoldred. Really? Into a Sheoldred. Really? Well, I mean, everyone can do what they want, right? Let's cut this down first before he does anything else. Don't want to give him a mana for any sort of removal he might have. Alright, he has no mana. Now, let's Evangel Synthesis. I draw a card, and then I'll discard a card. I guess I'll discard a cut down. Yeah, it's too slow for that. What can he do? This is going to be so big this turn. Right? GG, that's already lethal on board. And then I can also Invasion to get an extra card draw. And then Eidetic Proof. Oh man, the Proft's Eidetic Memory really blow him out with the draw 3 that turn. So, I did not expect that combo to go that great. And it went fan-freaking-tastic. This has been great. This has been just off the chain, off the hook. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let's see who our opponent is. Alright, Uncle. That's our next opponent. He's our uncle. Alright, we got Faerie Vandal into Evangelist. That's a keepable hand. Actually, we got Faerie Vandal to Kaito as well. Right, either way is gonna work. Maybe. Depending on what our opponent does and if they're even here. This Dimir deck has been quite the racket, I would say. Alright, red. A fun killer. Definitely the fun killers. Phoenix chick? Okay. Do I want to block the check? He can pump the check and then it will just die, right? There's a stick. I guess no blocks here. Pump your things. Yeah. Fun killer. Doing their due. Alright, let's get the Kaito going. Draw one, discard one.
Get in, get out. Ease.
Yes.
Now this is a juicy secret.
We're gonna 2-3 here, which can block the Phoenix chick, but it can also die just to burn, so that's not good. Mechanized Warfare. Yikes. But hey, you know, at least we get to block it. Alright, none of these do much of anything, but definitely discard that Mirix. Draw another card, discard a card. I don't need that swamp. We'll make a 1/1.
It's like your defenses aren't even there.
What is this mountain thing? Why do you have different mountains? What's wrong with you? Squee. Okay. Which is going where? Attack my face. Just with Squee? I don't think they know how... Well, okay. Just with Squee it is. Hey guys, can I get any more Kaito? Let's get inspired. I get to draw a card this way, right? He's got one card. I do get to draw a card this way. And this will be a 2-3. It's not great playing a flash speed card. You can't block it. My idea with the Proft Eidetic memory was that since he cannot block, or since this is unblockable,
Thanks.
I can actually
I'll
use
be
that
taking that
on. Was that not my second draw? Did I draw another card? Oh, I drew the Inspire Idea. That was dumb of me. That was my second draw. He does not have enough for the whatchamacallit, the squee. So let's see what he wants to do. Attack Kaito. Or double attack Kaito. I block one. I guess he can pump it and kill everything, right? No, he doesn't. Does he? What does he have? Lightning Strike on my last creature. Huh. Okay, that gets rid of a lot of cards on my board, but use up his burn on not my face.
There will be a next time.
I mean, normally I'd be kind of mad at that, but if you see my hand, it's kind of funny actually. Is that all you do? That's all you do, huh? So, what would you say if I have... Well, first of all, let me draw another card. Because, I'm gonna need some card draw here. The Phyrexian Arena can probably go. Now, what would you say if I have... How many cards do you have? 4. Okay. If I have another Kaito, and he also created another ninja.
Powerful won't help. I'll do it. Our eyes are everywhere.
Not even gonna attack. Alright, flying chicks coming through. Yeah, that's pretty scary. So, I gotta play the Vandal just to pump everything, right? Draw a card.
I know something.
Definitely don't
you
need this land. Evangelist. Draw another card. We'll put away our Kaito? No. Probably the sewers. Well, we're not gonna block with the 1/1, so let's attack with the 1/1. Man, our draws have been horrendous. But, you know, we're still surviving. Our opponent exiles his graveyard for a squee. Probably goes for our face. Can we afford to take 3 here? I'm not sure. But if I block with the Vandal, and it dies, then we're gonna lose our Vandal. If he kills us, he kills us. We're kind of already dead. That's just a land. That's not a Sheoldred. Lots of things are going badly here, so let's draw a card first. Actually, I don't want to discard, so maybe I attack him first with the 1/1. That way we can draw a card. Hopefully it's a Sheoldred. It is a Sheoldred.
I'll be taking that now.
Don't have enough to draw. Well, gotta play the Sheoldred anyways, right? But I don't have enough to draw, so that's unfortunate. One more and I could Invasion of Amonkhet him. He draws a burn, I'll just die. Not enough in his graveyard to flashback squee. So, what does he have? Oh, we got him! We got him with the Sheoldred when he's at 15 and we're at 2. What a coward. Alright, This deck has been just blasting through everybody. Good draws or bad. Let's play one more. This Dimir Proft is definitely a deck that I did not see coming. It's... Oh, I did put a lot of card draw in this deck, so maybe that's what's making it kind of last longer than I thought it would. Guardian 49. Or also, it could be that the shuffler algorithm is working in our favor because this is such a bad deck. Who knows? I don't think it's a bad deck with the way that we've been playing out. So let's say hi. We'll drop a sewer, and yeah, that's an okay card. Surveil does not reveal it, so I think it's okay. We got a Vandal next turn into a Kaito. Mirix. Does he have a counterspell? Does he have a counterspell? Guess we'll find out. Does he have a removal? Like a cut down? A Vandal had to survive cut down like 2 turns. So that's kind of risky, right? Let's go for the attack first. Maybe he'll try to remove the Vandal. He definitely has something. Is it to make disappear? Time to run into it. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Not run into it?
You'll never see me coming.
Does he have a long Sayonara? Very mastermind.
I know something you don't.
He wants to take my card draw. Okay. That's really good for him, and not very good for me. But at least I phased out, so... Oh, there's a cut down. Can't attack my Kaito. He's gonna bat me, which is bad for him because now he will see all the cards that I have, but his bat can't really do anything against all the cards I have. He takes a cut down, which I guess it makes sense. Alright, so we goodbye to the bats. Goodbye to bats. We get our cut down on a mastermind. We play our reef, and then we make a ninja.
I've got all kinds of connections.
Taking Mirix now, so they always have that held up. Lazav, Weaver of Fate, whenever it attacks. So I'm gonna attack first. Right, gives me the attack, which means that I have the free card drop to Kaito. Let me draw a card. Dark Slip Shores. I'm not gonna play this turn because I need all my mana. So we'll start with the Phyrexian Arena. I'm pretty sure he wants to counter this. Doesn't counter it, we'll enter. He's gonna play a removal. Malcolm. We're gonna remove. What do we remove here? He can attack. Whenever this attacks, exile target card from a graveyard and investigate. Sack a clue, and this becomes whatever he wants. So let's get rid of that. You can have your Malcolm. It's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. And we draw 2 cards a turn, so we're definitely gonna get ahead of that. He has to attack to get an extra draw, and then we will attack to get our extra draw. Does he have a pump spell? Yeah, not likely, right? Dimir Deck?
I was hoping you wouldn't notice me.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't notice me. Right, Pong-Pong-chan? Preacher of the Schism. Oh boy, that's a lot of good cards. Let me draw a card. Can I get an untapped land, please? Nope.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
Alright, well, we can Proft. That's not good because I already passed my combat. I can long goodbye the Preacher. So, well, long goodbye means I don't have to do it right now. I drop the land. That's untapped. Huh, do I want to Proft this turn? I kind of already passed the time when I can Proft, right? So, no reason to do that. The Malcolm attacking Kaito is annoying, but I can live with that. And he can't actually protect the Preacher this way, so... Just gets rid of the Preacher. Can't be countered. All your counter spells no match for the long version of Sayonara. Are you going to attack my face? My Kaito, you monster. Alright.
The fun
It was bound to happen.
started.
Cryptic codes. We will respond by killing Ashley. Let's wait till the end of the turn. That is the end of the turn. Here, read. Blue or black? Black. I don't think it matters too much. We draw 2 cards. Pretty important here to draw. Oh my. That's... That's a lot of draw. Maybe he has a counter spell? He has something held up. So he could definitely counter this. Right? 3 mana could be Make Disappear. If he plays Make Disappear, that would be pretty bad, right? And this... Oh, I think it's just held up by the Cryptic Code. So, what do we do here? Do we draw another card? Or do we Sheoldred him? I don't think I want to Amonkhet the last card because that's not the cleanest mana. So if it's not the cleanest mana, would it be better if I Proft here to draw another card? That's also not the cleanest mana. So, we're just going to go with the attack. Take 3, unblockable. Down to 11. The Reef will end this turn. He might think he's safe, right? The Malcolm really hasn't done anything because he just killed my Kaito. We're at 16, which is not dead. And... Okay. Do you have a counter for my Ertai? No counter for my Ertai. He gets 1 on Malcolm. I should have killed Malcolm and blocked Ertai, but I don't know what he has in his hand. And honestly, I don't know how many of these is going to matter too much. Just because of what I'm about to do to him. Faerie Mastermind? Right now? Okay, he's got 1 mana left, so... You know what happens to... Oh, this is Legendary Champion. I was gonna say, what happens to little boys that tries too much? They get punished. Invasion of Amonkhet. Scar card. I draw a card. He's got 1 blue mana. I wonder what he can do with that 1 blue mana when I draw 3 cards. That's an 8/8. So he has to block. Do I have anything in the graveyard that I want to return back? Like a Sheoldred? I don't think so. Well, what about the bats? Right, I can take the bat, take out his last card here. That's pretty fun. There you go. GG. Ah. that Eidetic memory actually was so good in every one of our games, really, whenever it came out. So this actually was a very big surprise to me. I didn't think that card was going to be this explosive, but really it blew out all of our opponents because they were not expecting it, and all of a sudden we got a huge unblockable creature, right? So, you know what? I'm going to open this pack just for fun today. See, open another Proft Eidetic memory maybe. Did we get one? No, Isrim. Alright, no one cares about that. That was fun. So, here is this deck that I just showcased. We didn't actually even need Gig's Command. I think you can cut that and maybe put another Proft Eidetic memory. That was so good. Just blowing our opponents out with tiny creatures that they don't expect. All of a sudden, our Kaito's 1-1 that was just unblockable became an 8-8 unblockable. How are you going to stop that? This is legendary, which is something that I didn't recognize. I thought it was just an enchantment. So having too many in your deck does kind of slow it down because it gets stuck in your hand. But 2 seemed to be the magic number that we drew them pretty often, and it definitely won us a game or two there. It gave us the unblockable creature, making him huge, and then it can also pump a Faerie Mastermind. It's not unblockable, or Faerie Vandal. It's not unblockable, but it does have evasion in flying, and it kills our opponent pretty fast that way as well. That's what I think about this deck. It has been fantastic. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this new showcase of a deck that I try to brew myself, and I will see you guys next time.